I want to tell you a story about a boy who changed the world. These words begin my favorite children's book, a book I didn't actually read until I was far past my childhood. From the minute I read this true story of ordinary people impacting extraordinary change, I was inspired. The boy the earlier quote was referring to grew into a man named Norman Borlaug. Norman was the scientist who helped create a genetically modified seed that could produce superplants that fed starving people. As a result, he saved nearly 2 billion lives. But the story doesn't end there. The author, Andy Andrews, takes us back through Norman's life so that we are able to see that without help and inspiration along the way, Norman never would have produced the seeds that saved so many lives. We read about Vice President Henry Wallace, who had the idea for the seeds in the first place, and George Washington Carver, who spent time with Henry Wallace in his childhood and planted the idea for the seeds in his young head. We discover that George Washington Carver never would have gone to school or met Henry Wallace if Susan and Moses Carver hadn't adopted him when his slave parents were taken away. Without each of those individuals contributing in their own unique way, Norman Borlaug never would have been able to create the seeds that saved lives. Andy Andrews calls this the butterfly effect and describes it by saying, when a butterfly flaps its wings, it moves teeny pieces of air that move other teeny pieces of air, that move other teeny pieces of air. In fact, on the other side of the world, they might be feeling a big whoosh of wind, all because a butterfly flapped its wings here just a few moments ago. That means everything you do matters. What you did yesterday, what you do today, and what you do tomorrow. God made your life so important that every move you make, every action you take matters. And not only for you or the people around you. Everything you do matters for everyone and for all time. So what does this have to do with us? How does it relate to our generosity and our response as disciples? Think about it like this. Every time you faithfully contribute your resources in response to God's call, you are contributing to the butterfly effect that literally helps spread Christ's mission across the world. The scriptures tell us that Zionic conditions are no further away nor any closer than the spiritual condition of God's people. That means that the choices we make can bring about the kingdom if we make them intentionally to do so. When we spend our money and dedicate our resources, we are making choices about the type of world we want to live in. Your generous response today can be the first in a series of intentional decisions that help to build the kingdom. As saints in pursuit of Zion, we have a huge task before us. God has created and uniquely gifted each of us to be active participants in that task. None of us can bring about the kingdom by ourselves. It takes each of us responding to our full capacity when God calls to accomplish this mission. How will you respond generously? What will your butterfly effect be? Just imagine. When we faithfully commit to this whole life stewardship, someone on the other side of the world could experience a huge outpouring of God's love, all because you responded generously today. That means every move you make, every action you take matters, and not only for you or for the people around you. Everything you do matters for everyone and for all time.